This is absolutely beautiful, stunning.
Thank you, doll. Yeah. It was all about like walking in and having that welcoming environment. So when people walk in here, they're like, this is weed? And I'm like, yeah. So it takes that stigma away of what people would have thought or felt about it, that energy. And it was to really paint a look and feel that let's have a conversation and you can listen to it. And then now we can put all the products on the shelves. So we do merchandising. So I come from like a grocery background. And so I love to shop as women. I think we like to shop. I love to shop and I love going in and exploring. And so I wanted to create a space where I remember when I was a patient first and I went into a dispensary and just asking questions. And it wasn't the experience I wanted to have. Then I was like, well, why can't I just browse myself without? And that wasn't available. So that's how JoyLeaf came to be like, this is the way that I want to shop.
Sometimes we have to sort of curate the thing so that people can have that reflection, right? So anybody who feels how you feel similarly will come here and get that experience. And for me, I feel like when I walk in, it exudes joy. So the name and the branding JoyLeaf, I think is really exemplified here, but definitely the grocery store feel.
It is.
With the middle,
I call this a cipher.
So this is where, this is the self-checkout, but then more personalized is right, yeah.
So we actually all orders get put into the kiosks in here. And so we rarely we'll add on things at that cash. Because what we want people to feel is like, they might not know. So we do one-to-one customer engagement.
Thank you.
Have a good day, lady. And so we'll help people. Some people will come in, they're like, I don't need help, we're good. But there's usually someone in the middle that's usually, we're talking about our deals, we're talking about what's new. So it just prompts the customer to be like, look, we still have joyful things around, right? And so service happens at the kiosk, and then they can go shop shelves and then put in the order. And then we are efficient that we'll cash it out. So it gets fulfilled in the back, about 20 seconds, and then puts through the window, and then they pick it up and they cash that within like 3 minutes. Someone can be in and out here within 7 minutes, right? So we do that efficiently, and then but all the orders get taken in here, and then you're right, it is grocery store, because we have aisles.
But more elegant, 1,000% more elegant. This is the kind of grocery store I would like to go in. Show me around.
No, so let's go to flower. So actually, let's start here. This is our education wall. And so there's a lot of people that come in that are kind of curious, right? And so, or they used to smoke weed when they were 25 years old, and now they're 75 years old, and then they're coming back in because now it's legalization. But a lot of people don't know, or they smoke, they're like, I ate an edible that was like, I ate something and it was a horrible experience. And so what we break it down for at the end of the day, it's like JoyLeaf's right product, right moment. And so we help navigate people to be like, everything can be a moment. And there's 4 reasons why people come and shop with us, right? Stress, sleep, have a good time, and some medical condition. Really simple, right? You meet them too. And so when we tell people that, they see themselves in that. And then they're like, oh, this is normal. And then these are the products, and we explain different reasons why people use different products. And then most importantly, dose. Right? And this is where I do a lot of my education talks. We want to curate this table to put more imagery on it, right? And so we'll start here. We have people that just come in, they're like, I don't know anything about weed, and we just bring them here and we just talk about it, right? And then they leave. We're like, thank you for coming, right?
And that's fine, right? Some folks, it's a journey, and the education is where it starts. And like you said, really being able to see yourself and have that connection with, this is normal.
Right? And then as we move, so this is education wall. And then what we also do is we have this display cases. So every 2 weeks, we really want to highlight brands and whatever theme that's happening. So it's Women's History Month. So we're actually celebrating her this weekend. So when you purchase here and you spend over $100, you get a mystery bag and you get a free product. So you can pick which product. Yeah. So we will highlight certain brands and we give them space in the store so that they can connect with customers. And it gives us another level of engagement and touch point for brands. But our real showcases, hi, how are you? Good. Did you need some help? So we put all the products on the shelves. Everything that is in the screen will be shopping here. I have this, I truly believe that when people can see something, they can connect to it. And it's another form of education of destigmatizing the plant, right? And so in our pre-roll section, we divide the section into singles and we do multis. And then we put the products, and these are placebos. Some are live products, but because it's behind a live case or a closed case, we can put them out during the day, but these go back in the vault for the end of night. And what we do, especially, so we get all the product packagings, we display it out, then we curate these product cards. And so we have back-end technology with our master data that we're able to put on these product cards key attributes that's going to help people make a decision. And so we put the brand, we put the strain name, what the size is, the dollar amount, the THC, and a little, you see in here, it has like chill, focus, chill. So it goes back to those moments I shared within our educational wall. So exactly, to be like, okay, based on our experiences and what other customers are saying and how we've used the plant, we categorize this particular product in this way that it could lean in this experience. We never say that it will, as you know, but we help people. This again helps people to make self-selection on their own, right? And it gives people variety and choice, and it gives them that experience of like, wow, I'm shopping for something, and that tangible connection to a product, right? So these are pre-rolls, and we do the same thing with flower. I really want to walk over and show you our edible case, but this is all the products that we put in flower. It's really interesting because we use still, you know this, like everybody talks sativa, hybrid, indica. So we still do that, but you can have, it's a good education because you can still have indica stuff that can give you rise. Depends on the terpenes, right? It's that strain cultivar. So that's also education. That's also happening to tell people, because people will come in and be like, you probably see these customers in your store, I want an indica. And then you're like, okay, tell me what you're smoking. They can't articulate that. And then you're like, okay, tell me how you want to feel, what's happening when you do it. Then they give you more information. You're like, okay, these types of strains are going to give you that experience based on what you're saying, right? So we lead people out of that indica sativa nomenclature to be like, let's talk about feeling and let's talk about moment and what you're trying to create.
Absolutely.
Right?
Absolutely.
So it helps me, especially when I'm going to sell. I like taking customers to the shelf so we see it, and then we go to the kiosk and we put in the order. Sometimes they start on the kiosk because they don't want to deal with anything, and they're like, oh, I can go to the shelf. I'm like, yeah, you can shop the shelves, right?
And this definitely, I think, is going to connect them more than just scrolling. And yeah, I mean, even, I know on some of the POS systems, it does the breakdown of the terpenes, but there's just something different about connecting and seeing it up front and really being able to break down, oh, this one has CBG, this has CBD, these are the different effects it's going to give. Totally.
Yeah. I think the prettiest shelf is edibles.
Okay.
We actually take edibles out of the bags and we actually put them out. We should go look at it. Yeah. And I feel like edibles, especially for canna curious people, it's the first entry point because not a lot of people will come into that are new, will go into smoking. A lot of people want to eat and they're older, and you have a lot of people who are looking for another moment of finding an alternative for sleep, and edibles is their choice. So this is our edibles case, and what we do differently is we actually take these products out and we get placebos. Some are placebos and some are lives, so that people can actually see what that product looks like, because it's food.
That's amazing.
Right?
That's absolutely
you're right.
amazing.
It's a grocery store, so people can see what does that look like, and again, destigmatizing
this is
the
so
plant.
fun.
Right? Yeah, I think this is the prettiest case because all of it just is so colorful.
It gives me the experience of like when you pick your beans or your coffee bean, and it would be wonderful the day that we're able to sort of have some selection. Some of the states have deli style for being able to pick your product, pick your nugs. We'll get there one day, but this is a great alternative.
Yes, no, totally. I also, let's manifest that.
Yes. CRC.
We'll manifest
Didn't
that.
that sound?
Yes. So this
lot of
is
brands
another,
too.
exactly. And so what we like to do, especially with edible case, like I'm really hands-on with my business partner. We actually do the purchasing and we talk to our vendors because we're really mindful of how do you add incrementally to your shelf versus trying to cannibalize. Because you can bring same things, but you're not really introducing new things to your customer. So we really watch the shelf because there's a lot, there's a lot more edibles brands that are coming now to the market. And so we want things to be complementary to people versus being like, I'm gonna cannibalize this brand and I'm gonna sell this brand this week, but you're still building the business holistically together. So it's incremental. So yeah, we have full spectrum, we have distillate, we have live resin, and different cannabinoid ratios, right? And different dosing is really important. And we just got in shots are coming in, right? And then oils, right? So it's great. This is growing in what the edible category is evolving in New Jersey, right? Especially where we started a year ago and what we currently have now.
Yeah, I mean, that whole shelf was.
Yeah, doesn't even exist. Yeah, that literally just came like a week ago.
And it's really, I think that's really important, even just to highlight for folks who are aspiring to be in the space or operating, that cannibalization of your menu is so critical to understand because we have such a novice consumer right now that if you don't have a clear differentiation,
it's gonna be hard for them.
Yeah, and then it's this product does the same thing as this product. Now they're shopping at price point.
Exactly.
And now people are not looking for solutions anymore.
Exactly.
So
exactly.
We're, having that differentiation of this one is RSO.
Yes.
This one is live resin. There's a clear indicator. They're no longer looking at the price. They're looking at I like the experience of live resin rather than distillate, and that's why I'm going to go for this one than that one.
That's exactly right.
Yeah.
That's exactly right.
Incredible.
Right.
Very very smart.
Yeah. Choice is important.
I think we should get some product because it's about time for my medicine. I want to learn more about your community.
They are an interesting community. First we were very, I think with anything, if you're the first in any community, there's hesitation. They're pro cannabis because they said yes to having legalization in their town. And I think now as the year has come over, I think they're like, wow, like you are actually a leader in this space and we're proud to have you here. So it's like earning the respect. Right? And we just went to a council event and it's really nice to be welcomed in those rooms now, right? And also, we know we're signing checks as well, right? Our taxes we pay. And so, but I think there's a connection to cannabis and they like what we're doing and how we're leading it and how we talk about it. They say to us, they're like, the councilwoman, because I would always introduce myself as an educator entrepreneur, and they didn't understand the education part. When she actually said to me, she's like, I didn't really believe when you would introduce yourself as an educator, it didn't really resonate with me. And her daughter comes and shops at our store, and we've taught her right product, right moment, and what to look for terpenes and what's the right dose and whatnot. And she'll watch my videos, and she was actually quoting me to her cousin, and the councilwoman overheard. Councilwoman texts me, and she's like, you are an educator. My daughter just quoted you. And she said, she's like, I believe it now. And I was like, thank you. Yeah, right. And it takes time, right?
It takes time. It takes constantly showing up.
Yes.
Right. And being real and true in your messaging.
Yeah.
I mean, when it's real and true, it's always going to be consistent.
Yeah.
And then that is truly a part of what you're bringing to the forefront. That it's not just a store. That it's not just about making money. That you do want to contribute to, shifting the stigma in this space. And a lot of people, they use these things as entryways and then they bow out.
Right.
And that's why people don't believe it.
Right.
But
That's fair.
she sees the consistency and she's like, no, you are, you don't have to continue with education. Now you can just say, hey, I'm just going to sell this weed and that's it.
Yeah.
But no, it's a part of your brand. It's a part of your brand. It's a part of your mission.
Yeah.
And that's going to, obviously exude through your community, and then they're going to champion you.
Yeah, yeah. I have people in the gym, the local gym here, wearing JoyLeaf t-shirts. Yeah, it's yeah. It's pretty interesting.
I felt like I had a vision of like big men, like with a big joy.
Yeah, that's happening. And then that's when they see it too. So it's like everywhere. And then they're like, wow, because I'm like, I call it my free 99 strategy. Give everybody free t-shirts. Yes. Give free things. They love it. Yep. This is the time to do it.
And they become your ambassadors.
That's exactly right. They're my advocates in the gym wearing JoyLeaf t-shirts.
Yep.
That's exactly right.
And that also then continues to connect the wellness, right?
Yes.
For folks to know
That's exactly right.
the right product could also be a product that supports your fitness journey and your wellness journey.
Exactly.
And so many people have this notion that it's going to have you slumped. And there's like, well, we can have a product for that too, but they're actually not the same product.
Different moment.
Yep.
Different moment. Totally.
So are we going on? Where we go next?
What would you like to get?
You can select. I will just say I'm a sativa girl.
I think we should do the rainbow guava
Okay.
from Garden Greens.
Okay.
Yes.
I don't think I've had that one yet.
Yes. It is a good Garden Greens, rainbow guava. Up. Let's do that. We're in a bus stop in Roselle.
This is awesome. I love this. I love this. We are in a bus stop in Roselle, at the park, by the way. That
At the
has
park.
the flyest house music festival in all Jersey.
Yes, it's in July.
And two boss ladies.
Right
What
here.
a nice joint. This is fucking awesome.
I love this.
It's Saturday.
It's
We're
Saturday.
going over work.
We said, I know, aren't we grateful? This is work. I get to talk about weed. Right?
I'm so grateful. I would be standing at a gate or having some gun and doing something right now, and you would be sitting in an office and
Yeah.
doing
Yeah.
some
Doing a
corporate
spreadsheet.
boring shit.
Spreadsheet. Yeah.
What's your life?
Yeah, I sit at the bus stop. The bus is gonna come. Dylan, just be careful, Dylan. I don't know. We can tell them we're not standing in the bus. I think he'll know. Okay, they're not stopping at the bus. That's all we need. The weed ladies at the bus.
So Roselle, why this community?
So with the whole story, I feel like the community, weed found me. And in that same energy, why Roselle was my business partner, Jason Ackerman. His family has been in this town for 50 years. So that plaza that we were in used to be a manufacturing company that used to make, remember carpet sample books? Mm-hmm. So that was like the main manufacturer for the US for sample books for carpet, blinds, in that site.
That's crazy.
And then in the early 80s, when NAFTA got approved and a lot of manufacturing went down to Mexico, unfortunately, the manufacturing plant had to close. And actually, Jason used to work in that plant for his father. And when it closed, they did a redevelopment with the town. And 30 years ago now, that mall was created. And in that mall, the original, where the store is right now, it actually used to be a Chinese buffet. And during COVID, unfortunately, the lady's husband had passed away, and for other circumstances, she decided to let go of the lease. And at the same time that happened, New Jersey in August of 21 opted in to say yes for adult rec. April. Well, that's when it became, but I think in August they dropped the regs.
Oh, okay.
I think. And so that for applying. And then that was the same time the space came up and this happened. And then I had worked for Jason at another multi-state operator, and he had already left, and I had already left. he then called me, and I was just taking some time off because I've been working since the age of 15, and I got laid off, and I had like some money put away, and I'm like, you know what? I've been working a long time. I'm like, let me just take some time.
Yeah.
And it happened that he called me, and he said, I have a site. I think we have municipal support because we've been in the town. He goes, I want to open up a store, and I'd like to invite you to the table.
Wow.
And you don't say no. And yeah, and that's how I got into Roselle with Jason. So I say that the plants always found me, and the opportunities have come, and I just keep on saying yes. And there's a lot of risk to what we do, and I think it takes a lot of courage to do what we do, and it's not easy. And so I'm grateful that there's things that have fallen into place. Like I'm a CPA, I'm so risk adverse. So this is the most significant risk I've taken out on my own for my life. But with that though, I think I always say I have a different experience where I was invited to a table, and that table had real estate and it has access to capital, and because of I have the opportunity to be like, okay, how can we just make this great and elevate a conversation, and how can I employ people and get them upskilled and tell them that they also have opportunity and create that same energy. And I always tell the team, you know, I want you to, you're not gonna work here forever. However, if you leave and you go do something amazing, and then I remember that Indian lady, she told me I can do whatever like I wanted to if I put hard work into it. And I'm like, that's why, like, yes, we sell weed, but how we do it and the disciplines that we do it in and how we put into education and training, they value it, right? And they're better human beings. I don't have children, so I feel like they're all my children. So, yeah. So that's how Roselle...
I feel like my staff is definitely my children too.
Right. You have children.
I have children.
At least you can anticipate what the children... These are grown children.
Everyone's mother.
Yeah, it comes with responsibility.
No, that's amazing though.
Yeah.
That's a really cool story, and I think it's probably awesome for Jason to know that, you know, he has that backstory, and then to now be back in that plaza.
Oh, he loves it. We make a joke, like the middle of the sales floor where we put in the order for the kiosk, like that used to be the graphic design area, and that's where he made fake IDs. Yeah, it's the funniest thing.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, it's the funniest thing. Now we sell weed in the same place that he made fake IDs.
That's hilarious.
Yeah. And they're a great family, and they've been in the town, and they've had relations in the town. They employ people in the town, right? And they create business. So they're good people. That's really important to me.
Yeah.
And funny, coincidentally, because I believe in the universe and all the things, Jason and I share the same birthday. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. He's 16 years my senior.
That's the same exact day?
May 1st.
That is very, very coincidental.
Yeah, I call everything the universe.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the universe. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. I feel like that reminds me some days. I'm like, okay, this all makes sense.
Right. I see the me.
Yeah.
I get it.
Okay.
What sign?
Taurus.
Oh man,
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is explosive,
Yeah.
yet beautiful.
Yeah.
Because Taurus, let me tell you,
Yeah.
you guys get to the bag. You get to the bag, hardworking,
Hard work.
very hardworking, very diligent people. One of my favorite signs. But God, can you be hard-headed?
Yeah, I think that's a great balance because I can see the hard-headedness in him. I love him, and like I can see it in him, and I'm like, oh, I see that. And when I see myself doing that, now I can see it's like mirrored.
So reflective.
Literally mirror. Right? What sign are you?
I'm an Aquarius.
Oh, yes, you are.
Yes.
Yes, you are. My nieces are Aquariuses. Yes, they are beautiful creatures.
I am to the T. Yeah, moon and sun.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
All of them.
All the things.
Oh, wow. Wow.
Yeah, I'm a real deal Aquarius.
Wow.
So I just like to be out here floating in space, making humanity better.
Yes.
One shout at a time.
Yeah.
Sadly.
Yeah, you do it very well. Yes, and there is a voice, a strong voice.
I appreciate that.
Yes.
I've learned how to clear my throat chakra over the years.
Yes.
Yeah, a lot of forces in the world will try to keep you closed.
Yes.
But sometimes your power is meant for good.
Yeah.
And you gotta go use the, ashes from the fire to make something of it. So here we are, doing a thing.
Yeah, doing a thing. Yeah, I was really excited when you sent your note, and I was like, this is amazing. And I've watched you, and I'm just kind of like, oh, I admire you, and of the work that you do, and how you influence the agenda for cannabis, and how loud your voice is. And I am a fan, and I'm on the sidelines rooting for you.
I appreciate that so much.
Yeah.
Yes, we are. We're definitely in this together, right? It's a new industry that the folks that are the folks that we're really in the bus stop.
We're literally at the bus stop.
The folks that are regulating it and guiding it and influencing it and creating rules and laws around it are not necessarily operating in it.
Yes.
And it takes us bringing that practical application and institutional knowledge.
Yeah.
And also ethical knowledge, right? Of the funding, or not the funding, but what we're making and then contributing back into the economy of the cities that we're in.
Yeah. Yeah.
The cities that we're in,
Yeah.
the states that we're, I think a lot of folks also don't realize that in this industry, like there's a local tax, there's a state tax.
Oh, yeah.
Like
All
this
the
is
tax,
a
federal
this is
tax.
a very,
Yeah.
very expensive
Oh,
industry to operate in.
And yes, and how we get taxed, and as our business being cannabis,
Right.
is very different than if you are a liquor store, convenience store, any other store. So there's even an additional layer of the amount of tax we pay based on a certain amount.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So for folks to continue to want to see dispensaries and see this market thrive and operate how it is, that means that we need to advocate for sensibility so that the operators who are bringing the industry to the forefront could exist.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's a whole, ecosystem that people really need to understand, and I think how we contribute our voices, who we talk to and who resonates with us, all of those conversations. That's why, not that I want to get in the DEI bag, but that's why diverse voices at a table is important, because some people are going to hear my voice and resonate with something and connect, and some people are going to hear your voice, and there's, I don't understand why folks haven't really got that yet, but
Yeah. I think it.
there.
Yeah. Because the industry is still new, right? And a lot of people, we still have the ability to do. I believe now there's a standard that there wasn't there before a year ago, and so I think there's new businesses that have opened up and they're doing things and driving engagement, and we're creating advocacy. And so to me, it's always like, get the local people aligned and make them, let the people speak. And we're still there because it's still new, right? I am hopeful and optimistic of every day I create advocates. Even if you don't smoke it, they come into the store and they get educated. I'm like, all right, you're one more person that can speak at a restaurant or in a conversation, no, I went to this place and they talked about weed and it impacts you and it's for healing and whatnot. They're like, what? Just those conversations.
Yep.
Right. And then I think we're winning. But I agree, it takes one person at a time. It takes a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that you're doing the work, that you're showing up every day for yourself and your business and this community. And that's really what this jacket was about. The back of it has a very prominent statement. We all obviously have a mother. And if we have a dealer and she happens to be one of our stores, then they're both women.
Yeah. Yeah. That's pretty cool, right? Yeah. No, I totally agree. Because I think women, we shine light on things and how cannabis or the plant was consumed before and how people got access to it, right? It was a dark experience, and also the imagery of how cannabis was made was dark. And I think when we can get to the forefront and we can create spaces like what we've done, I think it creates a whole different energy.
Absolutely.
Yeah, no, and I think women women have a way of looking at things, and I think it takes us to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, and I'm so proud to do it alongside with you.
Listen, it's an honor, and I'm just so happy that we can enter into Women's Month with so much positive energy, something for the industry to see the story of how we're all connecting and unfolding, and be able to wear this jacket and be proud of the dispensaries that it represents.
Yeah, no, I'm so excited for this jacket. I can't wait to get this jacket.
Thank you for making the time and space for me today.
No, thank you for having me. You're awesome.
All right.
Yes.
Until next time, this was our little soiree of coffee and cannabis, women's edition. We don't have coffee this time, but the C could be the community. We're jumping in and seeing where the operators, who are these incredible women leading this industry in New Jersey, are operating from, and learning how they're connecting with their communities. So make sure you guys support this women's jacket and come support Roselle and JoyLeaf and this amazing operator, Dharsh.